What exactly did black people ever do?
What did we do for white people to hate us so much?
Like, I'm genuinely asking, what did we ever do to deserve anti-blackness in every single community?
Take control. Take control of your city.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
I only have eyes for you, baby. There's something that I wouldn't do, oh baby. But you got me looking like a fool, baby. Yeah.
tracks today.
You know, before we even properly get started, let me declare unequivocally, these niggas have ruined Memphis as a city, all right? The city of Memphis is ruined, and niggas are to blame. You know, we can talk about Keisha and her secondary role supporting. You know, Keisha does get a supporting role award in that. I don't know what type of Emmy you would get, but for the most part, niggas have ruined Memphis, so sit down and shut up, sugar bum. Enjoy the show.
Up to the sky, I see you, baby. All I see is you, girl. Oh, baby, baby, baby.
Hey, you ain't wrong. Shout out to You Ain't Wrong with the 5 months of membership. Says, good, why do y'all park your cars? Why do y'all park your cars on bricks? LOL. I don't have an answer for that, but I will tell you right now, if I walk out of this apartment, there is a black Chevy Suburban, late model, like a 2024. All the wheels are gone. Completely parked on bricks, bro. Swear to God, right? It's like 200 feet away from me. I don't know if he's in the middle of some wheel replacement therapy or if somebody got him. I don't know how that happened. I don't even want to ask questions about that kind of shit.
Baby, all I see is you.
Give me the money.
Oh, baby, baby, baby.
David, you really hate this kid. I don't think I've ever seen you express any kind of hatred like this hatred here. It's all good, bro. We can still be friends. At least you're honest about it.
They say it's for safety, but I know Memphis, it's not safety. Old boy is sending the National Guard and armored vehicles into Memphis, city where I was born and raised. And if you're not from here, let me tell you the truth. That doesn't protect us. This is occupation. Black neighborhoods don't need Humvees, they need housing. They don't need rifles, they need resources. They don't need curfews, they need jobs. But instead of investing in us, they militarize us. And when you put troops in a city, you send one message: you don't belong here unless you comply. And that's not safety, that's control. I got family in Memphis. I do. I may not speak to them, but I know the streets they're driving on, those vehicles are going to be on those streets.
You probably don't speak to them because they are out of control. I mean, more or less, that's why you don't speak to your family members, because, they be tripping. Now, either you or them, one of you of the two is the crazy party. And I'll assume you're the normal, regular one. You're giving off pretty girl vibes. You're probably crazy as hell because you're giving off pretty girl vibes. I know how that shit works, but let's assume that you're staying away from them. They're not staying away from you. If you are staying away from them, it is likely because they are out of control. Therefore, you have to actually put things under control.
Troops in a city, you send one message: you don't belong here unless you comply. And that's not safety, that's control. I got family in Memphis. I do. I may not speak to them, but I know the streets they're driving on, those vehicles are going to be on those streets. And if they do this there, they'll do it everywhere. They did.
If your relatives in Memphis that you don't talk to because they're out of control, if they're out of control in Memphis, they'll be out of control anywhere they go. It was sort of like Operation Iraqi Freedom. We have to fight them over there so we don't fight them over here. We have to fight them in the hoods and the slums of Memphis so we don't have to fight them in the hills and valleys of Tennessee. You understand how that works now? This is an aggressive pseudo-military action. And shout out to You Ain't Wrong with the $9.99 super chat for the bricks. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try my best to not put my car up on bricks, but every now and then the black in me just slips out, bro. I can't do nothing about it.
Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
And not for nothing, but cars on bricks is low-key white-coated, bro. I don't want to wear that all on my own, all right? I am not carrying the weight of that shit all by myself. There's a lot of rednecks with a dirty lawn and a 4x4 with no wheels sitting on cinder blocks right now. You are not going to make me own that shit. There's no way. There's no way.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, goddamn, I'm not. All right.
And SKC coming through with the 5-ball, getting me through my midday. Yeah, I'm gonna be in and out. This is a quick midday show because I'm gonna do a late shift later on because I work 9 days a week, and today's number 7. But shout out to SKC. Thank y'all so much for supporting the stream. Get those likes up for me, people. We got stuff to talk about.
Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on. Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on.
Did it here in LA. They did it in DC. They in Chicago right now. Come on. I've told y'all this. And this is why I built tools. The Surviving America Guide has what to do in case of militarization. And let me tell you something. I'm not going to let anybody I work with be caught blindsided. I won't. And you don't have to work with me. You don't have to buy with me. But I'm going to say this. You need a plan B. You do. And me, I only take a handful of people. And the doors are closing. So if you're not inside, you'll be outside when the system locks you down. Move now.
No, don't move. Stay right there in Memphis where we can find you. That's why we're going to Memphis, because that's where the crime is. That's where the niggas are, right? Don't move. Don't move. Stay right there. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Strap in. Strap up while you're at it. Hell, do whatever it is you wanted to do. All that tough talk shit you guys were saying, do it in Memphis, all right? You know, it's so funny. We were having this conversation about Trump going to Chicago. And you know the Chitlin Circuit niggas, they don't even like the idea of Trump going to Chicago. They think it's like, you know, stepping on rights and white supremacies and freedoms and whatever, all that shit about. And Trump just made a great move. He just did a really excellent head fake. He had all them niggas worried about Chicago getting ran down on. He said, nope, we're going to Memphis. And so now Chicago is like, wait, what happened? I thought we was going to get rescued. Nobody here to rescue me?
Public service announcement. Fahim here. Just got off work. I'm at 79th and Jeff.
Nigga named Fahim. You know he care about the community. Niggas with names like Fahim, they have to care about the community. They were born for this shit.
Public service announcement. Fahim here. Just got off work. I'm at 79th and Jeffrey on the corner looking for my car. Young man I mentored, tried to embrace, hung around me all day today. And when I went to the washroom, stole my car. The BMW 750, stole it.
Wait. Let me get this right. So you were giving back to the community, right? Like you are the program, because you know how they say we need programs, not police, right? We need jobs, not judges, right? That's what they say. And so this man made it his job to be the program and help the youth. Shout out to the youth.
Stole my car. The BMW 750, stole it and is gone. And now his family's been notified about what could happen to him. So we're going to see if they return my car.
What could happen?
They're going to try to do. The police already know. So
what do you mean his family has been notified about what could happen to him? What do you mean? What could possibly happen to him?
How do it equivalate?
I'm so lost here. What do you think is going to happen to this youngin' who stole his car?
they can get to him or whatever. So never, bite the hand that feeds you. I mean, you would not believe the amount of effort I put into these young guys. And sometimes it turns the other way. I'm going to pray on it. And I'm not going to add my good news to this message. But that good news I got today is going to probably make me do the right thing. Signing off. Let's see if I get my car back.
Okay, let's pray for him, y'all. Let's pray for his car. Let's pray for his car in Chicago, because Trump is not there to help. Trump said, aha, you niggas is crying too much. We're going to save some other niggas. You niggas need to save yourselves, goddammit.
So heartbreaking watching on the surveillance camera, them running for their lives.
That surveillance video shows two back-to-back incidents inside the new Fat Burger in Chatham. In the first, one employee fights off an attacker who came behind the counter. That was in December. Then in January, more people jumping over the counter and causing problems.
But thank God to a customer who was a concealed carrier, he pulled out his gun and he scared them off.
The owner, Jackie Jackson, said she initially kept the videos to herself because she didn't want the negative attention.
You didn't want the black people to look bad. You didn't want to add to the endless list of videos. Do you realize that the internet right now, as it stands, is like 15% videos of niggas doing crazy shit like this? The entirety of the internet. We're talking about Indonesia, China, India, billions of people, right? 15% of the internet is videos like this with niggas doing wild shit. She didn't want to add to that.
but she chose to release them this week with a message for parents.
It's just very challenging. And I believe the problem starts at home. The home needs to be the foundation. The parents need to be the leader. The parents need to be the educator. And the parents need to be the kid's hero. If that foundation...
What do you mean parents? What do you mean parents? Are you putting an S? Are you making it multiple? Are you making it plural? Are you implying there's more than one parent? Because we don't really do that type of shit like that.
How dare you say that we are not interested in families in the Black community?
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you dare.
Foundation is not built, it's going to spill over into the school system. It's going to spill over into the businesses. And then eventually it's going to the streets. So we need to do something as a community and hold the parents accountable.
She says she's doing her part by employing high school students, giving them the same opportunity she used to launch her career as an entrepreneur.
You know, of all the people you could have employed, statistically, you did target the most hyperactive, well, the most criminally active element of Chicago, which would be the teenagers. I would argue a lot of this crime goes between 16 and 25. And you got 16, 17, and 18-year-olds working for you, huh? What could possibly go wrong?
She also owns 7 Kilwins locations.
So they just not only have a job, but they can also inspire to own a Fat Burger and a Kilwins just like I did. It doesn't take a person with a lot of money. It takes faith, resilience, and hustle.
Since the incidents, Jackson has added.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you ain't got no husband. I mean, Sugar Bum, you asking where the Black father's at. I mean, where her husband at? This is a result of a lack of Black women having husbands. For some reason, Black women just don't find husbands. Black women finding a husband is like a lifelong Where's Waldo?
A window to the counter, tall fences, and an even better security system.
Oh, you got better security, you got tall fences, but you ain't got no man. Woo! Woo! Don't worry, that's only Chicago. I hear Memphis is way worse, right? Ain't none of y'all got no man in Memphis, apparently. That is why Trump has said that we have to go rescue them niggas in Memphis. We have to save them from themselves, all right?
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
This team will deploy the full powers of federal law enforcement agencies and enforcement generally to restore public safety and get dangerous career criminals off of our streets. We're going to get them off. In 2024, Memphis had the highest violent crime rate, the highest property crime rate, and the 3rd highest murder rate of any city in the nation. Other than that, they're doing quite well, thank you. A person is 4 times more likely to be murdered in Memphis, Tennessee today than in Mexico City.
Wow, 4 times, right? That's not even a percentage. That's like multiplication. Theoretically, niggas should be able to understand that type of math, right? Because we're not even doing percentages and per capitas or nothing like that. This is straight up dividing. This is a thing, and then multiply that thing. Put that thing next to itself 4 times, right? That is 4 times the greatness of other places, right? I hope that is the level of mathematical calculation that can be absorbed by the community and all the niggas that do math.
In the nation. Other than that, they're doing quite well, thank you. A person is 4 times more likely to be murdered in Memphis, Tennessee today than in Mexico City. It's been, and you know Mexico City is not a cakewalk. It's been overrun with carjackings, robberies, shootings, and killings. There were 249 murders, 429 rapes, 5,616 burglaries,
5,616 burglaries. Now, I would imagine that would include both home and auto, because breaking into a car is classified as a burglary, I believe. But 5,000? Why these niggas be stealing all the time? I mean, is there even that much stuff to steal in a place like Memphis? Like, I could understand if it was like in the Bronx or in Brooklyn or in Manhattan. There's just stuff laying all over you could want to steal. But like in Memphis, is there anything like that laying around in Memphis that you just got to steal it? 5,000 burglaries? That's a lot of stealing. That's a lot of thieving, bro.
Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
Ooh, let me get some more of these super chats out the way. Dick Thug with the 5-ball. Do you know that Memphis violent crime rate is higher than the Philippines? But look at the poverty rate in the Philippines. But it's the money. Do you know in places like the Philippines, they literally like have professional fighting matches and the winner gets a bowl of rice? Yeah, yeah. Where'd that little what Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao. That's how Manny Pacquiao came up, fighting for bowls of rice and shit like that. That rice will make you a legend, all right? Shout out to all the Filipino legends out there scrapping for bowls of rice, bro. Who said crime? I mean, who said poverty causes crime? No, poverty creates Manny Pacquiaos. If you make them fight for bowls of rice, though. The rice is very important. You have to be willing to die for your shit. Angry Snowman with the $10 super chat. Trump said I could do whatever I want. So look, man, you still on that shit, bro? You still on that? Look, bro, I tried to calm it down. I tried to calm it down. Let's make a deal. How about we let you wear the mask, all right? Would that help with Snowman? Would you like to wear the Bane mask?
Take control. Take control of your city.
Snowman, all right, listen. We'll let you wear the mask, but you got to stay on your property, though. That's the deal. We'll let you have the mask, and you can do all the lines you want, but you have to stay on your physical property. We can't just let you roam free. Trump said I can do whatever I want. It's like giving Cartman the pass. You know what I mean? I can't just let Cartman roam free. And shout out to the lovely Miss Cantrell with the $1.99 for the hard work conservative. Yes, I am. I told y'all I work 9 days a week. This is day number 7. Thank you for appreciating that. Thank you for noticing all that I do for everywhere I go.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, goddamn I'm not. All right.
And 12,522 violent assaults in just the last little while in 2024 and in pieces of 2025, where it's actually gotten worse until recently when we sent the FBI down to see what the hell is going on.
I don't think you could even classify Memphis as like a big city, though. I feel like these are like big city numbers, maybe. $12,000 nigga moments each year. Could you imagine being a white guy surrounded by 12,000 nigga moments in a 365-day span?
There's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population.
And there are people right now, they would tell me, have told me, and will continue to state that black crime is not that high. Black crime is not out of hand. Black people commit the same amount of crime as white people. In fact, the white man is the most violent. The white man is uber violent. Have you ever seen a World War II documentary? The white man is the most violent man there ever was.
How do it equivalate?
Last month, a vicious thug carjacked an elderly woman parked at the movie theater, dragged her out of the car, and body slammed her into the pavement, where she is still trying to recover, probably.
Body slamming old ladies? That's that Memphis style Southern hospitality. Body slam your grandma out this bitch, all right? Body slamming the elderly type shit. AARP WWF type shit.
Won't be successful. So we're not going to allow this kind of savagery to destroy our society anymore. We're stopping it, doing it one by one time, but we want to go quickly.
So many crimes, such little jail cells. Do we even have enough space for all of these niggas?
Today, at the request of Governor Bill Lee of Tennessee, who's standing with us, as you know, I'm signing a presidential memorandum to establish the Memphis Safe Task Force. And it's very important because of the crime that's going on, not only in Memphis, in many cities, and we're going to take care of all of them step by step, just like we did in D.C. We have
a federal Scorpion unit. You know how Memphis had a Scorpion unit, and they were like theoretically supposed to fight crime in all the target zones, but really it was just like 6 niggas beating the shit out of other niggas. You guys remember that? We're going national, baby. We're taking this ass whooping nationwide. We're going to have a federal Scorpion unit. Big niggas whipping your ass from coast to coast.
Very important because of the crime that's going on, not only in Memphis, in many cities, and we're going to take care of all of them step by step, just like we did in D.C. We have virtually no crime in D.C. right now, and we're going to keep it that way. It's our nation's capital. We're going to keep it that way, or we're going to federalize it if we had to, but we don't have to anymore because it's in such great shape. This task force will be a replica of our extraordinarily successful efforts here. And you'll see it's a lot of the same thing, although the numbers here are really something. They're really bad. Today, at the request of Governor Bill Lee of Tennessee, who's saying,
Hey, Rooster, listen, I respect your opinion. You know, we listen and we don't judge. But take it up with Trump, bro. Take it up with Trump. I mean, I'm gonna take a pause on explaining shit to niggas. I'm just gonna laugh. I'm just gonna point and laugh. Listen, I have been studying this issue for years. I have been not so much warning niggas, because you know niggas don't really deserve to be warned, but I have been cataloging the rise of the backlash, and it appears some of the backlash is upon us. And c'est la vie.
4 children were shot inside a home in Hickory Hill. Over the past month, within a quarter mile of the surrounding area, there have been 9 incidents, including burglary, shoplifting, simple assault, motor vehicle theft, and the shooting last night, which MPD confirmed is listed as an aggravated assault.
We're getting more insight into a shooting at a McDonald's in Memphis Sunday afternoon,
with the victim being an employee, a 17-year-old boy who was injured outside of the fast food restaurant.
The president confirming the National Guard is coming to Memphis.
Memphis that's the next city. Deeply troubled.
For all the crime that's going on, it's necessary.
You know, it's just so dangerous that you can't get out of your car, you can't go to the grocery store. So yeah, I want to see the crime stop. And if the National Guard is going to stop the crime, bring them out.
We're going to straighten out the crime in these cities.
Check this out. Memphis is being invaded. It is a Marine invasion.
I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. Real American.
This is like Normandy, but Memphis though. You realize that makes you niggas in Memphis the Germans now? You niggas in Memphis are the Germans now. This is Normandy. We are establishing a beachhead. What is that? That is a flotilla. That is the United States transporting military might to make a beachhead to land somewhere on the shores of Tennessee and rain down holy hell and the white man's justice on you niggas, all right? This is the great invasion of Memphis. They said he was invading D.C. No, he's invading Memphis, actually. He just cleaned up D.C. a little bit. Picked up some trash. Arrested a few dudes who had outstanding warrants. You know, simple shit. This looks more like the invasion we were promised, all right? This is it. And not for nothing, but I feel like you niggas had it coming. You niggas brought it on yourselves. You was doing a lot lately. This ain't even about Charlie, but Charlie just puts like the cherry on top of it all now.
So if you want to talk about divisive rhetoric, let's talk about the fact that right now in Collierville, there's a vigil being held for...
This is a Memphis state official complaining that they're mourning their political leader, Charlie Kirk. Got on television, by the way. Technically, this is national TV because anybody could watch this shit on the internet. All television is national, by the way. And so now you got here on the white man's television to show off how mad these hoes are.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
So if you want to talk about divisive rhetoric, let's talk about the fact that right now in Collierville, there is a vigil being held for a man who spouted anti-Black rhetoric every day on the national news. So if we want to talk about divisive rhetoric, let's talk about the fact that this is national news.
Put a 1 in the chat if those are crazy eyes. Maybe it's the glasses. Maybe it's some type of bifocal lensing effect, but put a 1 in the chat if you see crazy eyes. She's got hungry eyes. A little weaving, I can't decide. She's got hungry eyes. I feel the madness between you and I.
So if we want to talk about divisive rhetoric, let's talk about the fact that this is an order from a president who is attacking the cities, Memphis, Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, DC, the cities that are some of the largest Black cities in this country and have the highest voting rates of Democrats in this country. And we're preparing for this to be a lead up to the 2026 midterms and 2028 election, when this president who wants to be king plans to run again and further dismantle democracy. So,
and further dismantle democracy.
And I can't shut up. I wish I could. I really wish I could shut the fuck up, but I can't.
Here for every citizen of DeSoto County that lives here, rest easy knowing that we are proactive, united, and committed. To those who think they can bring violence here, we want you to think again. We will not tolerate it, and we will not hesitate to act. We stand strong, and we're prepared to defend this county. We are not going to tolerate any nonsense.
This is, I believe, this is Memphis. I mean, not Memphis, Mississippi. That is the Mississippi police state badge, I believe. And so he's telling you, Memphis niggas, don't come over here to Mississippi with that Memphis bullshit. All right? Don't let Trump chase you out your pocket. You stay in there. You stay in pocket. Don't come over here all out of pocket with that bullshit. We have emptied the jails just in case we got to lock some of these out of town Memphis niggas up. Because we know what you niggas in Memphis are capable of, and we are not having that over here in the great state of Mississippi. We hired a big ball black nigga just for you niggas.
Fox 13, we're on top of breaking news after some people shot up a home with 8 people inside early this morning. Fox 13's Dominique Dillon joining us live from the Westwood community where at least 2 people got shot. But you also got brand new information from Memphis police.
Yeah, Val, we're learning more about where these individuals were shot and whether they believe they may know anything about the gunman. So I'll take you back to when the call first came in around 4 this morning. We're at the intersection of Tomahawk and Ledbetter. People within the home said they woke up to a barrage of gunfire. And when we got out here, we saw at least 73 shell casings out here as officers investigated exactly what happened out here early this morning. As you mentioned, Val, a total of
73 shell casings. You know, rest in peace to the rapper guy, Young Dolph. Before they actually killed him, there was an attempt on his life where they let off apparently 100 shots, right? And you know what he did? He made a song about it. 100 shots. And I feel like 73 is also song-worthy. One of these YNs in the studio right now, 73 times, man.
8 people were inside the home at the time. 2 people were shot. One victim was grazed in the back of the neck, another shot in the left hand, and a third had injuries to his left arm caused by getting cut by glass. The victims say they have no idea why anyone would want to shoot into their home. And the good news is these individuals are expected to be okay. I spoke with a neighbor who says he and his family woke up to the gunfire.
When it's close enough to shake my bedroom window, you know, it could be terrifying. Everybody turns the cheek when it's not in their zip code, but it's becoming a problem for everybody. So now that it's a problem for everybody, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? You moved, you made money and bought you a nice little house in a nice little county away from all them crazy niggas. You moved up here around the responsible, respectable black people. And the niggas came up here and shot your house up. God damn. Can you even afford to move around where the white folk live? Because, you know, that's even further away. A little bit more expensive because you got to pay the anti-black tax when you live over there.
Memphis police say they saw 3 people pull up to the home, start firing into the house. The family, they have video of the shooting. And at this point in time, officers are just trying to track these individuals down.
Damn, son. And they say Memphis don't need no help.
Let's bring in Tennessee State Senator Brent Taylor and Shelby County, Tennessee Mayor Lee Harris. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Senator, I will start with you. Are you and the community prepared for National Guard troops to be on the ground, to be deployed very, very soon?
We are. My constituents, Hannah, are as happy as a fat man at a Golden Corral buffet to have the National Guard in Memphis. It's something, quite frankly, that a lot of the members of the community have been asking for a long time. And the governor has sent a surge of THP officers down there. Senator Marsha Blackburn has marshaled federal resources with the FBI and ICE and other federal assets down there, and they've ended their operation. And now the National Guard will backfill that and continue to help move Memphis crime downward so we can get it down to a manageable level.
Mayor Harris, you represent the county of Shelby. That includes Memphis. You and your colleagues.
How come you niggas can't get your crime down to a manageable level? Why is it so hard? You don't have enough programs? Not enough after-school basketball? You need more backpacks for the youth? What's the problem?
Colleagues have asked the Trump administration to send money, not troops. I've heard that from a lot of local leaders. But according to the latest FBI crime stats, Memphis has the highest crime rate in the country. Really, by far, Detroit coming in second. Talk to me about whether you think the presence of the National Guard could deter crime in your area, in your district.
No, I don't think the National Guard deters crime. Military personnel patrolling your street doesn't deter crime. What really happens is you suppress activity. And so seeing the armored vehicles, the semi-automatic weapons, and so forth in your neighborhood tends to freeze you, tends to signal to you that you shouldn't go outside. And so
I'm just gonna go right off initial first reaction. I do not like this man. There's something about this man that's like giving me a visceral dislike of him. There's something in his facial structure that I'm not really feeling. There's something going on. You ever just look at a motherfucker and be like, I hate you?
if there's less activity in a community, that automatically means fewer conflicts that could lead to crime. And so what we'll see is that people will stay home, and we will see the suppression of our rights, the right to travel, the right to due process, because we'll have military personnel patrolling our streets who are not properly trained, and we'll see a lot of our
him worry about him little rights.
They have rights.
They have rights. So fucking what, man?
Citizens caught up in the dragnet, and as that occurs, people just stay home. So no, it doesn't reduce crime; it suppresses activity, and that necessarily reduces the interactions, the conflict, and you see a blip in terms of the crime stats.
Hey, Red, listen, I always trust my gut, man. 200,000 years of noticing, refined to a razor sharp atomic point. All right. I always trust my gut. I didn't just get this good out of the blue. My ancestors made me this way, goddamn it. Immediately, the ancestors was in my ear like, hey, yo, what's up with that nigga, bro? I'm telling you, immediately the ancestors was whispering in my ear like, bro, don't trust that nigga. I was like, all right, Props, I got you. Like, yo, I'm telling you, 200,000 years of evolution refined to a point.
Senator, before I move on, do you want to respond?
Yeah, I would just say that Memphians' rights are already being suppressed. Memphians already are frozen in place because they can't get out of their homes. They're afraid to go shop in our stores. They're afraid to go downtown to our restaurants and to our ball games. They're already frozen and fearful. And look, the National Guard, if the mayor would work with the National Guard, they might find that they could fill in with administrative and logistical and support roles, and you probably would not see the Humvees rolling down Poplar Avenue in Memphis. So I would encourage the mayor to work with Mayor Young, work with the governor, and let's make this work for everybody so that we can bring crime down and people can go about enjoying their homes and their personal property and shopping our stores and eating our restaurants.
Senator, I am curious, what are you learning in Memphis? Will the National Guard only be working on crime? Will they be assisting ICE with their operations as well?
Yeah, that will be revealed next week. I believe there's going to be an announcement. There's already been a federal task force that has resulted in roughly 500 arrests and about 100.
Dylan, bro, I'm telling you, bro, anytime that nigga blink, it's like you can feel the zest wind coming off that nigga eyebrows, bro. That nigga blinks.
100 federal indictments. So we have a lot of work to do, and there'll be a lot of activity in federal courts. But unfortunately, we have a Soros-funded DA that about 400 of those indictments will wind up being prosecuted in state court. And I encourage our DA to take them seriously because a lot of work, hard effort, and resources have been expended to get those indictments, and we didn't make sure that they're prosecuted.
Mayor Harris, I want to play for you exactly what Memphis Mayor Paul Young had to say about the incoming troops. I'll talk to you on the other side, sir.
And as mayor of the city that I love, of Memphis, Tennessee, my commitment is to make sure that we work strategically to ensure.
I hope she's doing real sign language over here, because there's been a couple of times we caught some of y'all faking. It's been a couple. It's one or two times we caught some of y'all faking, and I think the last one was a BW too. I'm not going to confirm that, but I'm almost positive we caught Keisha faking one of these things. So I don't know sign language. I cannot confirm nor deny if this is accurate, but I just know we gotta trust. We can't trust these bitches over here. They just be moving their hands around. They don't even be saying shit.
That this happens in a way that truly benefits and strengthens our community.
Talk about whether you agree with the mayor's approach. Are you willing to do the same?
Oh, absolutely. I'm willing to do what I can to try to make sure that residents are safe. But the problem is that this ends up escalating. I mean, we've seen this playbook before with the occupation of Washington, D.C. And so the early announcement was we would coordinate, that there wouldn't be folks with weapons, and that the occupation would end after 30 days.
Bro, as much people getting beat up and shot up and gunned down in Memphis and surrounding towns and counties, the last thing you should be worried about is the federal government coming in with weapons, bro. You need more guns.
Obviously, we're more than 30 days in. The occupation is, it looks like it's going to be permanent in D.C. At the same time, soon after the announcement of no weapons, you saw individuals with sidearms. Soon after that, you saw individuals with semi-automatic weapons. Soon after that, you saw armored vehicles, you saw checkpoints. And so I'm hopeful that there is the kind of collaboration that Senator Taylor talked about.
See, the question really is, why does it take so much to calm you niggas down, bro? How come we never look at it from that angle? Why does it take effectively an armored division of people ready to kill for Uncle Sam? Why do we need to basically declare war before you niggas be like, you know what, I'm gonna go look for a job. I'm not even gonna go outside today. I'm just gonna stay in. I'm gonna lay up with my girl. Like, we have to actually make your neighborhood something short of a war zone. All of a sudden, it's really easy to stop the violence now, isn't it? Isn't it?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Talked about, and that we'll be able to work with some of these folks that are coming in. But all evidence is to the contrary. All evidence suggests that this is an occupation, and we don't know how this will end. And we're going to have to stand up and try to reject this because it's so inconsistent with American values.
And we know the National Guard troops will be there until the end of November. We'll see if that's extended again. Mayor, what do you see as the best case scenario if the Trump administration does proceed with this plan?
I don't see any great scenario. I mean, Trump has said in the past that I am president. I can do whatever I want. And the trouble is that that's becoming truer every day. So there.
Conscious Moron, welcome to the show. I like your change in profile pic right there. I forgot my man's name, but that does suit you well. What's homeboy name from The Living Color? But anyway, he says, we who is we? LOL, you not black. And theoretically, once upon a time, Oswald Bates, Conscious Moron, you actually do make a great Oswald Bates, and I say that with all love and affection. Now, pause, right? But no, the thing is, once upon a time, that you not black theoretically may have bothered me, may have ruffled a feather, may have made me feel away. But in reality, when I hear you not black, what I really understand that to mean now is I see the civilizational glow in you, so much so that you are effectively white now. The glow of civilization has taken hold upon me in such a way that, to the casual Negro observer, effectively Caucasian. That is merely the glow of civilization, my brother. Do you understand the power of the civilizational glow? It is way deeper. It is way more impactful than letting your soul glow. I promise you. I promise you. There's nothing like having the glow of civilization. That's why when you look at me, when you conceive of me, rather, all you can imagine is a whiteness so bright it's blinding. Thank you.
there's no good side of this. I think it becomes worse. I think he occupies more cities. And I think we're building up to something that we have never seen before. The best way to make sure that you can stay in office for longer than your term is to make sure that you can repress protests. The best way to do that is with police on the streets. And so the National Guard gives him a foothold to be able to do that in some of the cities where we would protest if he tried to stay in office longer. So I hate to paint such a dark picture, but it's just too much evidence at this point. We can't turn away from it.
Senator, I will give you the last word.
I know, Dick Thug. That was a lot of words just to say it means you're smart, though. I had to put some flex on it. I had to give it some aura. Aura is everything right now,
Yeah, I would just say that, if we harken back to the 1960s, when the civil rights of African Americans were being violated routinely by state government, it was the president of the United States that sent National Guard troops to Arkansas and Mississippi and Alabama to protect the rights of African Americans. The same is true today. People don't have a right to leave their home or go shop in stores or eat in our restaurants in Memphis. And it was right then to protect African Americans' rights with the National Guard. It is fair and correct and just today to protect the rights of Memphians to enjoy our homes and our city. And it's unfortunate the mayor has taken the same position that Orville Faubus and George Wallace and Ross Barnett took in the 1960s.
Woo! Woo! He says you niggas is on your George Wallace right now. No, you're not supposed to play the race card like that. That's not how you play the race card, white man. That was a bad move. Bad white man. Bad white man. Stop that. Stop that, white man. That is not how you play the race card. Stop it. Stop it.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
He said, "You niggas is doing exactly what they did in the '60s when they didn't want when they didn't want the National Guard down here to protect black folk. You guys are acting like that right now, bro." And you know what? That is an interesting gambit, because here's the thing, right? On the far right, online, the joke is, you can have civilization or you can have niggas, but you can't have both, right? Now, on the ground, as a practical matter, the way he really massaged that into a political truth is, it is actually right and just like in the civil rights era, to bring the National Guard in to protect the citizens of Memphis from crime. It is equally a civic justice issue. You needed the National Guard back then to make you safe? Okay, got you. You need the National Guard now to make you safe? Okay, got you. Damn, you're not supposed to play the race card like that, white man. That is a bad white man. Shout out to Frank with the $2 super chat. The noticing is finally paying off. Oh man. I wonder if Trump will back down and just have the National Guard build rec centers and basketball courts.
Give me the money. Give me the money. I would do. Give me the money.
Shout out to Frank, man. Shout out to Bluff City Nerd with the $10 super chat. I am from / currently live in Memphis. A lifer, huh? Bet you've seen some things, huh? I'm from / currently live in Memphis. If Trump bringing the National Guard makes the streets safer, whoop-de-doo, they're safer. Plus, a strip club called The Pony is letting the soldiers come in for free. I heard that was about ICE, but maybe it's for the whole National Guard. I don't know. Maybe they're giving out free National Guard strip teasers, man. I don't know. You run your business however you run your business. I hope that doesn't classify as a bribe, though. Got to be careful about that. Shout out to Saint Nick 69 with the 5 ball. The problem in Memphis is that we have a liberal DA that doesn't want to prosecute, as well as judges and judicial commissioners that post low bond. Well, most of the black cities have that exact same problem. It's a combination of a refusal to prosecute, and then when you do prosecute, the judge is like, "Oh, nah, that's my homie. He gonna be good. Let him go home. Let him go home." And so the judge gets him out. Like the tarantula monster. He's in a hospital now, about to be declared unfit for trial, so we can let him go free again. which theoretically I'd be okay with that if you were planning on running him over with a car as soon as he walked out of the courtroom that day, right? Like if he accidentally got hit by a bus on purpose right outside the courtroom, I would call that justice and just, turn my head and go on with my life. But that's not what's going to happen, is it? Anyway, man, thank y'all for watching the show. Thank y'all for supporting the show. We are almost done. We are not done yet, though. Smash that super chat button while you're still here.
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry. You not like Hulk angry. Hulk no like fighting girls.
Where President Trump plans to deploy the National Guard. This is part of his so-called effort to crack down on crime. Here's what he said yesterday on Fox News.
We're going to Memphis. Memphis that's the next city. Deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor. The mayor is happy. And the governor, Tennessee. The governor is happy. Deeply troubled with National Guard and anybody else we need. And by the way, we'll bring in the military too if we need it.
And last hour, Memphis Mayor Paul Young had this to say about the president's plans.
The National Guard was something that we just found out about. It's not something that I believe is going to help reduce crime in our city. I think that the way to reduce crime is to invest in the things that are going to intervene and prevent crime in the first place and help us identify the ones.
See, it always boils down to you have to give us more money. If you don't give us money, we're going to have to rob you.
Give me the money. Give me the money, but I will do it. Give me the money.
That's why my little youngins is running up in your houses and stealing your cars and whatnot. It's because you ain't giving us enough money. If you would have gave us enough money, we wouldn't have to take enough money. You see how that works? That's called math, white man. All right, that's called math. Give me enough so I don't have to take enough.
Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break.
When will the white man ever learn how to do math?
Small number of people that are wreaking the most havoc in our community.
Joining us now, Lee Harris, mayor of Shelby County, Tennessee's largest county, both in population and geographic area. Its county seat is the city of Memphis. Mayor, I am a fellow Mid-Southerner and love Memphis and have spent a lot of time there. We both know that crime has been a problem and there's a shortage of corrections officers at your Shelby County jails, sheriff's office, and the Memphis Police Department has struggled with recruitment. Is there any way that the National Guard can be utilized to address these staffing shortages in the short term?
Mr. O, shout out to Mr. O. He says, never live in a city with a black mayor. What about the whole county? Because the city resides in a part of the county. It's just a little area inside a giant county, right? What if the whole county has a black mayor? How about that?
No, not at all. And thanks for having me. I think that the problem is that we would sacrifice too much to allow military personnel to come into our cities, to come into the state of Tennessee. We'd be the first state in the South to have military
Telescope with a great acronym here. He says math equals more African felon funding. I would tend to agree with that acronym, but the question still stands. When will the white man ever learn to properly do math? I mean, it's been like 10,000 years already. You'd think he would have figured it out by now, right?
Personnel patrol our streets. And so I think that undermines all of our American traditions and norms, and it also undermines our freedoms. And so, no, we don't need the National Guard in town. And I'm more troubled, deeply troubled, in fact, by the clip you just showed, which said that not only would they send the National Guard in, but I think Trump said the military or anything else that he needs.
Sugar Bum, I think Bottom Billy is the mayor of that county. That's the black guy on screen. I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure that's like his Facebook handle. It's Bottom Billy.
And so if that's not a blanket threat to all the things that we hold dear, I don't know what is. And so, no, we don't need the war machine in Memphis and Shelby County. Not at all. Obviously, we need partnership, but partnership can come in other forms. But this is not it.
Mayor Harris, it's good to see you. I spent some time with you when I covered the Tyree Nichols case. And so I know how much heartbreak your city has and county have been through in recent years. Can you talk to us a bit about what it will be like for residents to actually see and experience this? And what kind of tensions could boil over for a city that has already been through so much, where trust and repair and tensions over policing have been such a challenge already without the intervention of this president? What are you concerned could transpire because of this?
I think he has the most hardworking, strategic beard in all of politics.
Well, I think that's a great point. And so what happens if you send military personnel, armored vehicles, and individuals carrying semi-automatic weapons into an American city? Well, it's going to have the effect that we can all anticipate. There's going to be widespread fear and paralysis. There are a lot of folks that are going to stay home.
Yeah, him is so afraid. All these white menses and they gunses. Him don't want no white menses with they gunses coming to his town.
Because they're fearful of being caught up in a dragnet. That's particularly true of our community, the most diverse in Tennessee. And so we have a substantial Latino population. And so whether you're in America legal or not, you will be afraid of being targeted. You'll be afraid of your due process rights being violated because there'll be personnel on your streets who may not have the right kinds of training. At the same time, it'll change the tone and caliber of what it means to, live in Tennessee and live in a free country, because you'll probably have to pass through checkpoints to move from place to place. And so it's going to create a lot of tension, a lot of fear. Obviously, it's going to immobilize people. Our businesses are going to close down. Churches are not going to hold services. At least Latino churches are not going to hold services. It has vast ramifications.
You know where they have a lot of Latino churches? You'd be surprised too, because I had to look on Google to confirm this shit and blew my mind. You know where they have a lot of Latino churches? Freaking Mexico. Swear to God, look it up. They got big ones, they got little ones, they got roadside ones, they got in the back of your house ones, little casita ones. You would be surprised at how many Latino churches they have in Mexico. I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be just fine.
And they're going to be permanent and last and last a long time. So I'd ask anyone that's in the decision-making chain to please reconsider, and let's make America great again. Let's go back to the America where there were freedoms intact. People could travel where they want to travel, and they didn't have to fear interacting with a war machine in their homes.
Can I ask you, Mr. Mayor, about the political dynamics here? Because Tennessee would be the first state in which the National Guard is being deployed with a Republican governor. Obviously, it has been met with opposition in states like California. D.C., completely different legal status, and so was unable to really push back against the administration. It seems that the governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee, is talking about this with, I guess, with a sense of welcomeness to the fact that this decision is coming. I'm just curious to get your thoughts on it, how the governor is reacting to this, and what you make of the fact that this is the National Guard being deployed in a red state, but in a specifically blue city within that red state with the embrace of the governor.
Well, I think that no one wants this on their legacy. Anyone in decision-making authority shouldn't want to be the first state in the South to see the National Guard descend and occupy a community. No one wants to be, even from the governor's perspective, I would think he wouldn't want to be the first Republican governor in the country to have his state occupied by military.
You know, it's so weird. Every time we have to send the National Guard to bring some calm. Anytime the National Guard gets deployed somewhere, it's like almost always because of niggas. Whether it was 1965 or 2025, niggas just attract the National Guard every so often, apparently.
Personnel. So I'm not sure why there is cooperation on some of these points. But to your point about the legality, this still feels like this is at the order of Donald Trump. You showed a clip of Donald Trump order that military personnel, National Guard, or whatever's needed to send upon Memphis. That's coming from a federal official who just about a week ago or so had a court case decided against him to say that he could not send the military into these states and so forth. And yet he's making that order on national TV with millions of people watching. So, I'm fearful of where this is going. I don't know why there is cooperation so far on some level, but the orders are coming straight from Donald Trump. That's a federal official. And, we're going to be exploring our legal options to the extent we have any to see if there's a way to stop this if we can't convince through persuasive arguments for the governor and whoever else is in this decision-making chain to back down.
You niggas want to sue the president? No, President Trump, don't stop our crime. Don't save our children, President Trump. No, that's evil. That's racism. What about the Constitution?
You can't tell someone whose child was just murdered that the crime is going down. And every day that I look at the news, there are more and more stories. Mm-hmm. So you can't prove it by me that the crime is on a decrease. Mm-hmm. It's not happening. That's why. There is danger here. Yeah. But I would say to people who would try to stop them, what is your suggestion? What do you suggest that we do to keep crime down? Because as of now, it's not going down. I hear every day that crime is on the low. It's going down. We haven't had this. We haven't had that. But it's every day we're hearing about something else that's happening, and it's not going down. And I feel like if you don't have a solution, then you should not tell me what should not be done. If you could come back with a solution, the president has said that he's going to send the National Guard here. You don't want him here, but what is your solution?
There was an armored truck robbery that was recorded. Some of that went viral recently. Apparently the armored truck guy has on body cam. So that happened in Memphis, All kinds of things happen in Memphis. You would be surprised. You would be shocked at how many different things happen in a place like Memphis. It's a little town with a lot of drama.
Well, new tonight, we're getting more insight into a shooting at a McDonald's in Memphis Sunday afternoon. We were there as chaos erupted at this crime scene off Winchester in the Hickory Hill neighborhood after a 17-year-old was shot. Here's WREG's Shay Arthur with what we know in the case.
It's back to business as usual at this Hickory Hill McDonald's off Winchester. Employees inside aren't speaking about the shooting Sunday afternoon, but witnesses and police records indicate the shooting hits close to home, with the victim being an employee, a 17-year-old boy who was injured outside of the fast food restaurant. But tonight, there's even more questions. While we were on scene for this incident yesterday afternoon, our cameras were rolling as we watched MPD officers chase a man from the crime scene at McDonald's, later tackling him at a nearby park. We were also there when a different man was put into the back of a squad car.
Well, new tonight, we're getting more insight into a shooting at a McDonald's in Memphis Sunday afternoon.
You guys remember back in the day, they had like the McDonald's commercial. Calvin got a job. You remember that? Calvin got a job. And everybody was all proud of Calvin. Calvin walking down the block, full of the civilizational swagger and shit. You know, I'm a part of something. I'm not like one of these regular niggas. You know, I'm a man on my way to manhood stuff. It was a great campaign. It was a great like little cultural moment for Black America at the time. But that was the commercial. Like in reality, Calvin got shot at his job on the fries. It was blood all in the grease. It was awful. It was awful. They had to throw the whole fry machine away. It's a different time we live in.
This pregnant mother of two says it all started Sunday afternoon, just before 4 at the Cooper Young Apartments. Her boyfriend was walking their dog on a leash when a child approached and was bitten by the dog. Memphis fire crews arrived to treat the boy. About an hour later, she came home hoping to apologize to the child's family. But instead of a conversation, she says it escalated into a violent attack.
A car pulled up. 2 men hopped out with masks and guns, asking me where my boyfriend was and where the dog was that bit his little brother. I said, I don't have anything. I set my stuff on the ground. I just got off work. I'm pregnant. I don't care, is what they said.
The victim says her boyfriend was inside their apartment with their kids when the armed team.
Was that George Floyd? You know, anytime I hear somebody rob a pregnant lady, I'd be like, was that George? Is he still with us? It's like Elvis, right? Every time somebody robs a pregnant lady, I'm like, that was George, wasn't it? George is always up to his old tricks again. Shout out to my man Alex with the $20 Venmo donation. You know what? I have been forgetful. Let me throw that banner, that crawl back up there. We are live on Venmo. Cash App still hates me. Fuck you niggas. Shout out to Venmo. Shout out to my man Alex with the $20 Venmo. Thank you so much for y'all support today, man.
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry. You not like Hulk angry. Hulk no like fighting girls.
Yeah, what if he's not dead though? What if they took him to OCP? You know, OCP will still fix anything, man. You see what they did to RoboCop. He could still be around. You never know.
Teenagers in ski masks approached her in a black Nissan Altima. Police say she ran through the courtyard trying to get away, but they caught up to her in a stairwell.
I got knocked in the head and they started beating me with their guns over and over, at least 25 times. I stayed curled up in a ball as close as I could, knees to my chest, so they couldn't even harm my child.
Police say the armed teen stole the victim's iPhone and purse.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please.
They say the armed teens took off in a black Nissan Altima. Officers tried to pull them over before the robbery was reported, but they say the driver sped off. Now, with her third child on the way, the victim says security at the complex needs to improve.
The cameras were not even running. The gates are not functional how they're supposed to be. So I just need to relocate my entire family and my family to be to a more safer area.
Memphis police are still searching for the 2 armed teenagers. If you have information related to what happened here, reach out to Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. The family created a GoFundMe to find a new place to call home. In Memphis, Sierra Jordan, Fox 13 News.
I got 2 guns put in my face within 5 minutes.
At different locations.
It's 2 different locations.
A mother carjacked at gunpoint. Memphis police are searching for the people they say robbed and carjacked two women at a gas station in Orange Mound.
Now, this happened Saturday night, 10:45 on Lamar Avenue. And tonight, only on Fox 13, the victim breaks down how these terrifying moments all started. Fox 13 Sierra Jordan has that story.
The mother told me all she could think about was her daughter as a gun was pointed at her face. And now she says she is just grateful to be alive.
I was scared, and I was just hoping that he didn't shoot me. And I just threw my hands up and just bagged away.
What started as a quick stop for gas turned into a traumatic experience for Regina Seymour and her friend on August 16th. Seymour told Fox 13 they stopped at Save and Go gas station on Park Avenue just after 10. Then, she says, as they were backing out, they were hit by a black Cadillac.
It kind of shocked me because when he came up, then I looked down, I seen that he had a whole gun. So I was looking like a deer caught in the headlights. My friend was looking at me, I'm looking at her. He was like, give me what you get. What you get? What you get? And I'm like, I ain't got nothing.
Seymour says the suspect took her phone, demanded money, then walked back to his vehicle. That is when she says she escaped the gunman, hoping she was safe. But police records showed the black Cadillac followed her up a street to a quick stop gas station on Lamar Avenue. This time, two men with guns jumped out of the car, demanded her 2017 Outlander and everything inside.
As I tried to protect myself, I grabbed the weapon that I had in my car, which was a knife. He pulled out a gun that had like a barrel clip on it and said, get back, B, before I kill you.
She brought a knife to a gunfight. I wonder where she was driving to right after that happened. Because my thinking is, all right, that happened to you. If he drove away, then obviously he's driving away. But if you drove away and he's following you, you didn't notice somebody right behind you or none of that, like, huh? What do you do?
The suspects drove off with her car, two designer purses, wallets, IDs, and hundreds of dollars. Seymour says after losing a loved one to gun violence last year, she wants tougher laws to keep violent offenders behind bars.
I can get another purse or whatever, but I know I can't get no another life. When they go to jail for these crimes, these aggravated crimes, y'all gonna have to leave them in jail with no bond. You cannot give them no bond. They're gonna make it and they're gonna get out of jail and commit more crimes and harm more people.
Alarming video has been released of a shooting this weekend in the Pinch District. That's in the downtown Memphis area. I want you to take a look at this here. Watch this. You can see two men get out of a red Jaguar SUV that's near the A.W. Willis Bridge and Front Street Saturday morning. The car continues to roll down the street. Those two men start shooting. Pretty disturbing here. This happened just after 10 o'clock Saturday morning in a fairly busy part of the downtown area. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but investigators are telling us several vehicles were struck by bullets. Police believe that same red SUV was also involved in another shooting later that morning. Both those men still on the run tonight. If you know anything or think you recognize these guys, call Crime Stoppers 901-528-CASH. Recognize these guys? Call Crime Stoppers 901-528-CASH. A woman is dead after an overnight shooting in South Memphis. Officers responded just after 1 this morning to Main Street and South Parkway East, where a woman was found shot. She later died there at the scene. Police say the person responsible was a man driving a red pickup truck. Contact Crime Stoppers, again, 901-528-CASH if you know anything. Alarm.
It's like a game show. It really is, Brock. It really is the body ball game show, right? Call 901 Crime Stoppers if you know anything. You can win the prize. Are you going to be the one that wins the prize? Only you can report on the running man. This is a goddamn game show.
Pearson, your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, look, we do not want to see our community being occupied by the military, and we don't want to see over-policing. The solution to the problems that are being articulated is not to increase the number of police, it's to increase the number of resources to actually reduce poverty.
We have to give them more money so they stop taking our money.
Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
Shout out to Dick Doug with the $2 super chat. I call ICE MIB because they catch aliens too. Oh man, wait until the illegals basically were saying the same thing, right? You have to give us money so we stop coming here and taking your money. Give us money, I'll stop taking your money.
To actually educate our population, our children, for the opportunities of the future, and it's to make sure that people have a living wage so that some of the crimes that they commit literally for the need to survive do not happen. We know that gun violence is...
Did you think that they just jumped out the car and started shooting out of a need to survive? God damn it. God damn it. And Sugar Bum, this is why you're not supposed to be voting. I wouldn't change a thing about you. I would just take away all of your modern rights and I would accept you just the way you are. This is why you're not supposed to be voting. And I don't even want to explain it to you because it's not like you would understand, but everybody can see this. Everybody gets it intuitively.
One of the most significant issues and epidemics in our country. I got expelled because of it, right? Children under 18 are most likely to die from a bullet than cancer or car accidents. That means the laws have to change at the state level. That Governor Bill Lee.
Whoa. More what? Hold on. That was an interesting comparison there.
I got expelled because of it, right? Children under 18 are most likely to die from a bullet than cancer or car accidents.
You're more likely to die from a bullet than a car accident? That's fascinating when you really think about just the rhythms of life. Car accidents are effectively a natural, almost, well, common, let me not say natural, but a common occurrence in a modern society. Because, you know, if you think about how many cars are on the road at any given moment, and the act of everyone driving in and of itself is like a giant organized synchronicity, right? And so every now and then somebody becomes unsynchronized. There is no way to work in shootings in that same way that, you know, there's like this giant ballet of people going throughout life and society, and every now and then somebody just gets murdered because people aren't synchronized properly. It doesn't really work in the exact same. I don't know how you format that together.
You know that gun violence is one of the most significant issues and epidemics in our country. I got expelled because of it.
Bullets do not have seatbelts. That is absolutely true.
Right? Children under 18 are most likely to die from a bullet than cancer or car accidents. That means laws have to change at the state level. That Governor Bill Lee, Speaker Sexton, Lieutenant Governor Rand McNally need to work on to reduce the amount of access people have to firearms, and that reduces ultimately the amount of crimes that get committed. But you can't pass laws that say, hey, it's okay for you to have guns in your car, and then you complain about people breaking into cars for the firearms that they find there.
Listen, why can't I have a gun in my car? That nigga got all kind of guns in his car. His gun got switches, got extendos. He got monkey nuts on that shit. I can't have a gun? Oh, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy up. No, hell no.
We have to deal with the systemic root causes of the problems, and Black communities should not be the place and the pawns for an authoritarian, wannabe dictator, white supremacist game. And that's what we're finding right now with Donald Trump and Bill Lee. And so our resistance has to be vocal, it has to be clear, it has to be coordinated, and it has to show people that we are serious about defending our democracy. These are not benign acts. They are all intentional in an effort to let us be lulled to sleep as our country moves from a democracy into an authoritarian dictatorship. This man cares only about his power, keeping it at all costs, and running through any community and hurting all the people as he does it. In DC, they brought the National Guard, but you know also who came? ICE. We are going to see this repeating over and over again, the terrorism of our communities. And we have to.
Him afraid of terrorism. The poor little guy.
Stand united, and we have to fight back against it. But if we do not deal with root causes of poverty, we will never solve the issues that ultimately lead to criminality. And if we do not deal with state houses that refuse to pass laws because the National Rifle Association, the Tennessee Firearms Association, and all the other ones have a hold on Governor Bill Lee, have a hold on all of these other elected officials like Cameron Sexton, if we do not deal with those root causes in our legislatures, we're going to see the proliferation and the perpetuation of gun violence in the ways that we have as well.
Ravi.
Think about that for a minute, right? You believe wholeheartedly in white supremacy. You believe there is a system in place that is designed and operates with the pure intent of keeping you down as a black man. And you want that system to have all of the guns. Fascinating Negro logic, I tell you. Fascinating. I want the white supremacy. I want the entire system. I want this giant political monster to have all of the guns. I do not need guns, all right? I don't need guns. You know who needs guns? White supremacy. That's who needs the guns, bro. That is an amazing thought when you put it out there like that. They really are amazing Negroes, honestly. I mean, what other word is there to describe such a thing? But anyway, we have come to the end of today's festivities. Like I said, hard work conservative. Shout out to Carmen. We got to get up out of here, man. Thank y'all so much for coming through today. Hit the like button on your way out. Drop $1 in the collection plate as you exit the church. Have a great day, y'all. We are done.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.